You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Acres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no highlights on the 11 o'clock news and no pictures of Harry armed women liberationists and Jackie Onassis blowing her nose. The theme song will not be written by Jim Webb or Francis Scott Key, nor sung by Glenn Campbell, Tom Jones, Johnny Cash, Engelbert Humperdinck, or The Rare Earth. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be right back after a message about a white tornado, white lightning, or white people. You will not have to worry about a dove in your bedroom, the tiger in your tank, or the giant in your toilet bowl. The revolution will not go better with coke. The revolution will not fight germs that may cause bad breath. The revolution will put you in the driver's seat. The revolution will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised, will not be televised. The revolution will be no rerun, brothers. The revolution will be live. You will not be able to stay home, brother. You will not be able to plug in, turn on, and cop out. You will not be able to lose yourself on Skag and skip out for beer during commercials because the revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by Xerox in 4 parts without commercial interruptions. The revolution will not show you pictures of Nixon blowing a bugle and leading a charge by John Mitchell, General Abrams, and Spyro Agnew to eat hog maws confiscated from a Harlem sanctuary. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will not be brought to you by the Schaefer Award Theater and will not star Natalie Woods and Steve McQueen or Bullwinkle and Julia. The revolution will not give your mouth sex appeal. The revolution will not get rid of the nubs. The revolution will not make you look 5 pounds thinner because the revolution will not be televised, brother. There will be no pictures of you and Willie Mae pushing that shopping cart down the block on the dead run or trying to slide that color TV into a stolen ambulance. NBC will not be able to predict the winner at 8:32 on report from 29 districts. The revolution will not be televised. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of pigs shooting down brothers on the instant replay. There will be no pictures of Whitney Young being run out of Harlem on a rail with a brand new process. There will be no slow motion or still life of Roy Wilkins strolling through Watts in a red, black, and green liberation jumpsuit that he has been saving for just the proper occasion. Green Greenacres, Beverly Hillbillies, and Hooterville Junction will no longer be so damn relevant, and women will not care if Dick finally got down with Jane on Search for Tomorrow, because black people will be in the street looking for a brighter day. The revolution will not be televised.
I'm talking about Shabaka going crazy. People going crazy in them motherfuckers. Run that shit back, man.
But it means nothing. Nothing about a woman on the day. Man made the car. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made the electrolyte to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water. Like the seven no meaner. Man thinks about a little bit of baby girl and a baby boy. And man makes them happy because man makes them joy. But after man make everything we can, do you know that man makes money? To buy from other men. This is a man's world. But
Grand Risings. Thank y'all for tuning into another episode of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. This is Grand Risings with Shabaka and Chase in conjunction with Frontline Black News. I'm your co-host and co-executive producer, Chan Krumah. And we will be joined here hopefully shortly with Shabaka Sankori, also our co-producer and co-host of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, and Lady Che, our regular contributor here on Frontline, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. So we'll be discussing several things. This is an open mic discussion. Please call in with your questions, comments, and concerns. The call-in number is 516-418-5996 and press 1 and you'll be live on the air. And on this season 8, episode 16 of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced Grand Rising with Shabaka and Chase, we will be having an open mic discussion on these crazy political times. We will be discussing last night's State of the Union address and the Democratic Party's continued of Black people with non-white groups and the continued malevolent neglect of Blacc Americans and our issues. In addition, now some of these Democratic Shills are trying to get on code, like Charles Barkley, talking about Democrats only come around Black people every 4 years for our votes. A broken clock is right twice a day. Once again, please call in with your questions, comments, and concerns. The call-in number is 516-418-5996 and press 1 and you'll be live on the air. This episode is for those that are 18 years of age and older. This episode will be simulcasted on StreamYard and on YouTube and Facebook. So, I live streamed the State of the Union address yesterday, and it was not specific for Black people. When Black people were mentioned, we were lumped in with other groups such as brown, yellow, etc., etc. And it's like, you Democrats keep playing that same old playbook, and you think that's going to work. It worked in 2020, so you think it's going to work again in 2024. And we're here to tell you at Frontline Black News, Frontline Campaign, the revolutionary agenda, Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced. Those days are over. That shit only works for the 50 and up crowd. The 50 and under crowd, we're not going for that shit. If you want our vote, you're going to specifically for us. And you can't be lumping them with these other groups talking about, oh, well, this is a lift-off program. This is going to help everybody. To hell with everybody. Everybody isn't in a state of emergency. Everybody isn't in the that has a hole in it. That's steady. You know who is though? Black Americans, the people that in this country. So, like I said, a broken clock is right twice a day. Charles Barkley does have a point that the Democrats only come around black people every 4 years for our votes. But Charles Barkley, you lost your black card a long, long time ago. So I don't know why you think that you can come back around black society since you and Gayle King got that stupid ass show that is flopping, by the way. On was that CNN or MSNBC? That shit is flopping, and that's because you guys do not control the narrative. The old black do not control the narrative no more. The new black media controls the narrative. We call the Trump. We are the pipe. So which way we go, he goes. So keep neglecting black people, Democrats. You're gonna pay for it in November. That's my age, or I'm 37. So those that's 50 and under, Lady Che is supposed to be 44. We're gonna set this one out. We voting for the couch. There's no reason for us to go out and vote for any of these mugs, the Democrats and Republicans, or even the third parties, because the third party candidates, they haven't said anything specifically they were going to do for black people. In fact, were challenged some here in Denver, RFK Jr. was challenged by a group of black people here in Denver. Some are on code, most are not on code, but one of our big name Black First platforms out here, sister by the name of Queen Vicky or Sister Vicky Dillard, at Jeff Fart's Cultural Center last week. RFK was speaking in front of Jeff Fart's audience, which is a bunch of Democratic Shills. It's Democratic Boule and Democratic Shills, and these mugs do not speak for the people. They do not speak for the black grassroots. They do not speak for black people, period. But they think that they do. So they call themselves interviewing RFK, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who is running for president as an independent. And he ducked and dodged all the black specific questions. So independents, if you want the black vote, you can't be doing what the Democrats do and ignoring us and our issues and ignoring our questions and pulling a Bernie Sanders something like that's not feasible. Reparations isn't feasible. Y'all still want to continue to send money over to fucking Ukraine. Want to still continue to send money over to Israel, and et cetera, et cetera. Go to foreignaid assistance.gov and you'll see exactly how much money the United States is sending overseas every year of your taxpaying dollars. So what's that station without representation? Oh, hey, twin. Up. You're in the building. So if we're not getting represented, then we shouldn't have to pay no taxes. So I agree with Terrence Howard on that. He said that taxing the descendants of slaves is immoral. And he's not lying. It is immoral. But everything is the ones that are the moral companies. So democracy was to democracy. And it's really a authoritarian regime. And there's nothing Democratic Shills is going to be able to tell us that's going to change our mind on this. So all the fear mongering in the world isn't going to change that. That vote blue no matter who nonsense, that's not going to work. That your ancestors died for you to have the right to vote, that's not going to work. Because our ancestors did not die for us to have the right to vote. Our ancestors died for us to have liberation and freedom. And they thought that voting would be the way toward that. And we can clearly see after 60 years of doing the same old, 60 plus years now, of doing the same old thing, expecting a different result, it's insanity. And it's not getting us anywhere. It's just getting us into a deeper and deeper hole. And we're also seeing that integration was the worst thing that we could have did as a people. because we gave up everything that we own. And as Shabaka always says, we need the 4 factors of production, and we don't have those. That is land, that is capital, that is manufacturing, and I forgot what the 4th one is, but you know where I'm getting, you know where I'm going with this. Industry. We don't have any of those things. And it's the main reason why we don't have any of those things because the generations ahead of us. I'm a millennial, so not so much the Gen X's, but the boomers and the silent generation or the traditionalists. They sold out the future generations, so we have nothing. They didn't pass nothing down to us, so we have nothing. And when you start off with nothing, it's really hard to come up. And then you pass this on intergenerationally, you're not going to get anywhere, but into a deeper and deeper hole. So now it's on the millennials, the Gen Zs, and the alphas to be the change that we want to see. So we are pushing the reparations super hard. Any politician that is seeking our vote, we're going to demand something tangible for our vote. The days are over of us just voting just to be voting, or you fear mongering us into voting. Them days are over. We're going to have to do something specifically. And that doesn't just go for the Democrats, that goes for the Republicans too. Y'all want the black vote, y'all going to have to do something specifically for us. Parading Sambo, Rambo Negroes like Tim Scott and Mark Robinson isn't going to get it, Republicans. And Mark Robinson, you have the audacity to say that we owe America. No, America owes us. And it owes $400 trillion, and it's going to continue to go up, as Shabaka says, because it's compounded interest for generations, for centuries of enslavement, mistreatment, Jim Crow, mass incarceration, redlining, etc., etc., etc. So the amount is just going to keep going up. And y'all can continue to neglect it, but we're going to neglect you at the polls in November. They're already talking about the voter turnout is already lower than what it was in 2020. And we still got what? This is March. We still got what, five months? No more than that. We still got 11. We still got like 11, no, not 11 months. That's crazy. Oh, we still got like 9 months. We still got 9 months until the selection. And these bastards are beyond desperate at this point, especially us. These Democratic Shills is pulling out all the stops, calling us stupid, calling us dumb, saying we don't understand politics. No, you don't understand politics. Because politics is quid pro quo. If I give you my vote, I want something in return for it. Every other group understands this, except Black people, fifthly foundational Black Americans, descendants from American chattel slavery. Every other group in this country freedmen. Every other group in this country understands that if I give you my vote, I want something tangible in return. Black people are the only ones in this country that have not realized that, but slowly but surely our people are waking up. And a lot of the people that voted for Sleepy Jim Crow Biden and his hoe, Kamala Harris, are realizing they made a major mistake. And now they got Biden and Kamala remorse. But we don't want to hear it over here at Frontline Campaign, Frontline Black News, because you were warned. We warned you on Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced in our earlier seasons. We warned you on Mile High News about 5 years ago that Sleepy Jim Crow Biden and his hoe, Kamala Harris, who called herself trying to run for president at the time, and we knocked her out the paint. Shout out to the new Black media. We knocked her out the paint, especially after she said she wasn't going to do nothing specifically for Black people, and then laughed about it. So, no, we're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe. And that fear-mongering that y'all did in 2020 is not going to work this time in 2024. So that whole anybody but Trump, we just got to get the dump out, all that bullshit. Like my brother Kukizi said, not voting for Trump didn't mean to go vote for Biden. But y'all went ahead and fell for the carrot and the stick. And now y'all got biting remorse. Now inflation is through the roof. The cost of food, the cost of gas, everything has increased since Biden has gotten office. And also, our communities have become under siege by these illegal immigrants that Biden and his whole administration, along with these Democratic mayors such as Mike Johnson, uh, Brandon Johnson, Eric Adams, uh, Karen Bass, et cetera, are allowing these monsters just come right into the country, come right into these cities where there was or is a large Black population and flood our communities, take the resources out of our communities here in Denver, Colorado. As a result of this illegal invasion, we've had to have all kinds of budget cuts across the board. The kids ain't gonna have nothing to do this summer. They cut all the programs to make way for funding these illegal immigrants. And now they want to call them newcomers. They're not newcomers, they're illegal immigrants. And we're going to continue to describe them as such and label them as such because they're breaking the law. There's a right way of doing immigration and there's a wrong way, and they're clearly choosing the wrong way. And they have impunity from law. We've seen what happened in New York when the damn illegal immigrants attacked the police. Now, if a Black person attacked the police, even raised a hand to the police, we're going to jail, we're going to the hospital, or we're going to go into the morgue. But these moms literally attacked the police in broad daylight, went on a run. That punk ass DA, Alvin Bragg, refused to charge them. So now they're on the run, causing mischief wherever the hell they go. But this is what y'all voted for. And don't say this is not what we voted for. Like, no, this is what you voted for. Because you said vote blue no matter who. The stupid A-Dunce crew was talking about vote Democrat down ballot, all this dumb shit. Jeff Favre was talking about, we just need to get the dump out. Oh, we just can't have 4 more years of Trump. Roly Poly Martin too, Joyce Reed, Tiffany Cross, Angela Rye, all you Democratic Shills were saying the same bullshit in 2020. And here we are, Simone Mammy Sanders, here we are in 2024, and y'all trying to run the same playbook, and it's not going to work. Let me check out the comments. Okay, twin, I appreciate you listening. So it looks like I'm going to be solo dolo because Shabaka's on the road, and Lady Che must be asleep. So yeah, don't try to come around now talking about they need to stop taking a Black vote for granted. We've been telling y'all this for almost a decade. The New Black Media have been telling you this for 15 years. And y'all just thought it was a game. Now he laughed and cackled about it and said, we just can't do something for Black people now. Like how Mala said. I ran for mayor of Denver, Colorado on a Black First agenda. Y'all laughed, kiki cockeyed, ridiculed me, shadow banned me. And now I literally had to laugh because it's Black people that's hurting the most out of all of this shit. Which I want to be all inclusive and we gotta do something for all these other groups too. You just can't do something for Black people. You gotta do something for everyone. And mind you, Black politicians are one of would-be politicians always get told that dumb shit. Oh, you can't do nothing specifically for Black people. But all these other groups, when they get elected into political office, they do something specifically for their group. And then you CBC, you're a waste of freaking time. Why do we even have you? They say representation matters. What good is representation if it doesn't represent your best interests, Black family? What in the hell is that for? It's just symbolism. And the days of symbolism are over in politics. We're not falling for it no more. The first Black this, the first Black that. No. We are voting for tangibles. The Black vote is for sale to the highest bidder. So, the Democrats, if you want to keep the Black vote, you're going to have to do something tangible for us. The Republicans, if you want to steal the Black vote from the Democrats, you're going to have to do something specifically for us. And showcasing your goddamn coons and Sambos is not going to get it. Tim Scott don't speak for black people. Mark Thompson damn sure don't speak for black people. And on the Democrat side, Jim Bojangles Clyburn don't speak for black people. None of these Democratic mayors speak for black people. Uh, None of these black politicians, such as the CBC, speak for black people. But you know who speaks for black people? The new black media. And us as the signal boosters of the new black media, we speak for black people and what is in our best interest for black America. So any of you politicians sticking our vote, we're going to continue to press you for reparations, cash, lineage-based reparations, lineage-based cash reparations. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about reparations. We're not falling for the study nonsense. Oh, we need to study. We need to study. Study what? You know what the hell you did. You know what to continue to do. Cut the goddamn check. You didn't have to do a study. You didn't have to do a commission to send money to Ukraine. You don't have to do a study or a commission to send money to Israel. You don't have to do a study or a commission to send money to the border or any of that. You just did it. So just do that like Nike and cut our goddamn check. Now, that State of the Union address last night was an insult to our intelligence. Like I said, I watched the whole thing, live streamed it here on Frontline Black News, the Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook, and there was nothing specific for black people. Every time black people were mentioned, black family, it was black, brown, yellow, whatever. No. People Jim Crow biting. When you got elected back in 2020, you said that the African American community, you're still saying African American, which is that Jesse Jackson shit. Well, you should have said the foundational Black American descendants of American chattel slavery freedmen population stood for you, and you're gonna have our back like we had yours. Well, we see how that worked out. You didn't have our back. You had everybody else's back but ours. So we're gonna turn our back to you at the polls in November. And then I don't want to hear you Democratic Shills talking about, oh, it's because you black men that the dump as in human shit is in office. No, it's because of the party, the Democratic Party, continuing to practice, as Dr. Claude Anderson calls it, malign neglect. It's more like malevolent neglect, purposeful neglect, intentional neglect policy, where they don't promise black people anything, and they lump us in the broad, ambiguous terms such as people of color, minorities, BIPOC, marginalized, disenfranchised, disadvantaged, underprivileged, downtrodden, underserved, etc. And them days are over. You're gonna have to do something black specific. You're gonna have to mention black people, strictly black people, no other group. When you're talking about black people, don't try to lump in all these other groups. No. Because these other groups, they use us for a numerical value, and then they abandon us in our time of need, as I told Denver City Council last week. So, no, there is no coalition. There is no minority coalition. There is no black and brown coalition. There is no black and Asian coalition. There is none of that shit. It's literally FBA versus everyone. There is no coalition. And those that's in the diaspora, as long as y'all remain off code, there is no Pan-Africanism. Because it's been a one-sided affair. We've been the only ones that's been pushing for this Pan-Africanism. And y'all on the continent ain't even pushing for it. And y'all in the diaspora ain't even pushing for it. Y'all come over here, y'all allow y'all tethers, y'all turncoats, y'all sellouts and bootlicks to come over here. And they make you all look bad, and y'all don't check them. So we check our Jesse Lee Petersons, we check our Tim Scotts, we check our Candace Owens, we check our Candace Owens is a goddamn Caribbean tether, but we check our Joyless Reeds. And she's from Africa, by the way. Like all these people don't even have FBA status or freedman status, and they're supposed to be speaking for us. No, them days are over. So it's literally FBA versus everyone. Either run for political office yourself on a Black first agenda like I did, or support a candidate that has a Black first agenda, such as myself. Because I was the only one that had a Black first agenda. They laughed, he ha. Me and Lady Che drafted up a whole plan that was going to alleviate about 80% of the issues in the city and county of Denver. They wanted that? No. They went out of their way to make sure that was not possible. And they put up $15 million to make sure that I would not be the next mayor of Denver last year in 2023. So it is definitely a rigged game. They've already selected who. That's why we don't even call them elections. We call them selections. They've already selected who they want. And by the looks of it, it looks like they're going to select the dump as in human shit. And we want to make that perfectly clear. But here, us as Black people, we don't give a damn to dump or Biden. Neither one of them are going to do anything specifically for Black people. So why should they get our vote? Why should we even bother participating in this illegitimate system known as American politics, where the game is rigged from beginning to end, and those that actually mean well by the people get completely shitted on, ostracized, laughed at, blocked. Like, for instance, Jeff Fart blocked me for telling Elijah McClain's mother the truth of why her son got killed. I didn't cuss at her. I didn't call her out her name. I just literally told her the truth. And that got me blocked from our Roly Poly Martin's programming platform. But best believe, I still got my ways of listening to that bullshit. So when y'all shills are out of business in November, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear a motherfucking thing from any of y'all. I don't want to hear I don't want to hear an apology. I don't want to hear, ooh, we made a mistake. I don't want to hear none of that shit. All I want to hear is cut the goddamn check. $400 trillion for past, present, and future atrocities that have been brought against our people and continue to be brought against our people. And if you talking about reparations and you ain't talking about that, then you ain't talking about reparations. And one more thing, you boule sambo organizations such as the goddamn NAACP, y'all don't speak for us either. I'm about sick of y'all mugs. Like we had one on Jeff Farr's show yesterday, talking about how we need to join the NAACP, and the NAACP is the oldest Black civil rights organization. Blah 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 blah. What the hell have y'all done lately? Not a goddamn thing. You know what y'all did lately though? Y'all turned away our foundational Black American descendants of American chattel slavery, freedmen family down in South Carolina during the MLK Jr. Political event in Columbia, South Carolina. You turned them away so they couldn't be there because they had signs that said reparations now, cut the check. You told them they couldn't be there. Chapter out of South Carolina. You told them they couldn't be there, they had to leave. But yet your ass let these Palestinian protesters in freely nilly, didn't harass them, didn't heckle them, didn't turn them away. So y'all I don't care how many times you tell us, well, if you have a problem with the NAACP, you should join it. Why the hell would I, as a Black person, want to join a do-nothing bootleg organization such as the NAACP, whose founding members, one of them, W.E.B. Du Bois, went out of his way to sabotage Marcus Garvey's movement? Why in the hell would I do that? And y'all mothers ain't done nothing since the Civil Rights Movement. Just like Al Sharpton with that National Non-Action Network, because there's no action with them. They're just a bunch of ambulance chasers. Y'all do nothing then. But Malcolm X told us over 60 years ago that y'all was no good. Tupac told us 20 years ago that y'all was no good. And y'all sitting up here want to quote Tupac, talking about, I love Tupac. I love hip-hop. I grew up on hip-hop. Well, you completely missed the clip of Tupac telling you that the NAACP ain't shit and they don't speak for us back in 92. So y'all need to go back and re-listen to Tupac before Death Row and realize, you know, he was on some serious revolutionary shit, some black empowerment, black liberation shit before he got with Death Row. So y'all really need to check y'all facts before y'all get on these public airwaves spitting that we need to support the NAACP. The NAACP don't support us. They never supported us. It's never been a black organization. It's not a black organization, Black family. It's not. No matter what they tell you, it's not. It's a white Jewish funded organization. That's what it is. That's what it's always been. And just because they allowed W.E.B. Du Bois and Ida B. Wells, shout out to our sister Ida B. Wells, for all the work that she did about exposing the lynchings that were going on in the North. With in the Chicago paper, was it Chicago Sun-Times, the Chicago Defender. That does not negate the fact that they are an all-inclusive, do-nothing, bootlick, boule organization. And I'm not joining that shit. I have my own organization. Why would I want to join a do-nothing organization such as the NAACP? I got my own organization. I got Black Star Action Movement for self-defense. I got motherfucking Positive Action Commitment for social change. I got Frontline Campaign. Like, are you serious? Are you serious? Like, no, I'm not joining that shit. I don't speak for us. I don't do nothing for us. I do something for any and everybody else but us. So that's my take on that. And also, y'all supposed to be a 501c3. Y'all ain't supposed to have nothing to do with politics. But every time I turn around, y'all hosting a forum, a candidate forum here, a candidate forum there, a conference here, a conference there. All these goddamn conferences, galas, and goddamn forums, and ain't nothing changed for the black community in over 60 years. So y'all can miss me with that shit. And y'all better stop with the bullshit, because I'll get y'all 501c status revoked. Because y'all are not supposed to have no involvement in politics whatsoever. That's supposed to be like churches, but you notice that these churches, they be having all these goddamn forums too. Oh, we're gonna have a candidate forum. Oh, we're gonna do this. What happened to the separation of church and state? What happened to that? I guess that's just something that is written in the Constitution, but or the Declaration of Independence. But y'all don't adhere to it at all. I just pick and choose what y'all want to adhere to. But yeah, NAACP, you're gonna get canceled, though. So stop inviting me to these little meetings and shit, because every time you do, I'm gonna shut that shit down. I'm gonna ask you directly, what the fuck are y'all gonna do specifically for black people? What is in it for black people? That's all I want to know. I don't care about these other groups. I want to know what's specifically for black people. What are y'all gonna do for black people? Because all this marching, singing hands, and singing kumbaya is not getting us nowhere. Nowhere. And then they was talking about holding somebody accountable. Oh, we gonna hold these politicians accountable. Y'all ain't done it yet. Y'all ain't gonna do it at all. You know who has a proven track record of holding these politicians strictly? Myself. Let's say, and holding just accountable. Instead of California. That on us. And don't try to get on code when it's February and then the rest of the months y'all are anything but on code or anything but black. 11 months of the year though, y'all anything there, y'all go with that black shit again. Oh, y'all, there you go with that black shit. Y'all can miss with that shit. Because we got 366 days a year, especially this year. It's just 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. And just like racism, white supremacy doesn't take a day, a minute, or a second off. Neither do we. see if anybody called in. Nope, it's just me. I'm solo dolo today, y'all. Shabaka's on the road. So he said he'll listen to the playback. So wish Shabaka safe travels. And we might actually get to meet up. My understanding. We will see. We're down to the last 20 minutes. So yeah, it's a new day on the place. Niggas, y'all are done. You can stick a fork in your get done. And white country always breaks the school. So you think, oh, I'm gonna be a tool for them, and they're gonna come and break you like they've broken so many others. Oh, here's another thing. Speaking of, so Ayante, the school board director, the former school board director, after that I supported when he was being tarred and feathered in public. He has now been ordered to pay $63,000 to Black Lives Matter 5280. Because he filed a defamation lawsuit with he was a for the GPS school board did a whole and the results were it came back unsubstantiated. So as a response to that, he decided to file a defamation lawsuit against Black Lives Matter 5280, Mary Kay Fleming, and a group of parents, a group of DPS parents, and now he's been ordered to pay them. He's without a job now, and now he's been ordered to pay them $60-something thousand. So, free cool. Are you gonna cut Chase fees? Since y'all love the cake for him and then rally for him, but y'all must was nowhere to be found. None of you politicians, especially, were around when he was being tarred and feathered and publicly lynched. But you know who was there? And it's documented. It's literally documented. Every time they show the video of Ayante, you see me right behind him with my phone out recording the shit. So I'm standing right behind this mug, and when it was time for me to run for mayor, it was not reciprocated. These politicians I have supported, such as Deontay Anderson, even Chantel Lewis, was not reciprocated. When it was time for me to run, I support my campaign whatsoever. So we don't forget. We don't forget. We like Pepper's Farm. We remember every damn thing. So we're gonna remember that next time it's time for you to run for office. And you come to us, talk about you need our vote. I'm gonna say, what have you done for us lately? Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. And we made Ayante drop out of that HD8 House District 8 race. Now they're gonna put Quan in. Quan ain't gonna get the vote. He ain't gonna get my vote. That's for damn sure. That sellout bootlicking baby coon is not gonna get my vote. And neither is anybody else out of that free coon zone. The only one that got my vote out of that free coon zone was Chantel Lewis. And that's because Chantel is a real one. And she answered directly when I asked her, do you support cash reparations for foundational Blacc Americans? And her hand went up with the quickness, and she said, yes, most definitely, brother. I support reparations. I am in full support of reparations, cash reparations. That was it for me. That's why she got the black vote. But the rest of y'all on the Denver City Council, like you Daryl Watsons, y'all would never get my vote. Y'all don't represent us. You don't represent the best interests of the people. At least Chantel came to my infested building and tried to do something about the conditions over here. The former councilman Herndon, who looks like Jeff Fart, by the way, didn't do nothing specifically, didn't do nothing about it. He just let it fester, just like he didn't do nothing about the seniors in Dahlia Square who were complaining about, not having a backup generator, not having security, not having gates that work, not having, a sense of peace of mind, something to do, because they had locked everything down during the pandemic. So none of y'all must came around. The only time y'all come around, like Charles Barkley said, is when y'all won our votes. And that's every 2 to 4 years. Outside of that, we don't see y'all. And then y'all talk about, oh, I'm doing all this work in the community. We don't see it. There's only like maybe 3 people on that council, on the current Denver City Council, I've actually seen out doing work for the people, with the people. I've seen it with my own eyes. There's only 3 people that's running for HD8 here in Denver, Colorado, that I've seen actually out in the community doing work for the people. We tell the truth around here. We don't care who it offends, who it upsets, any of that shit. And you think we're bad on here, you haven't seen us in person. We go out, we are literally celebrities for telling the goddamn truth about all this corruption and nepotism and cronyism that goes on here in Denver. And all this bootlicking and sandboing and coonery and buffoonery that goes on. So, we Democrats, y'all got a long next 9 months. The fear mongering is not going to work. Trump's the boogeyman, that's just not going to work. What are y'all going to do specifically for Black people? That's all we want to know. If the answer is no, just say no. And we'll just go for the couch. Let's stop with this, we got to save democracy. This is not a goddamn democracy. It's a constitutional republic at best. And a white ethno state at worst. So, how the hell is this democracy and the people's voice is not represented at all? And these ones that claim that they speak for us, they don't fucking speak for us. That's why we start the Frontline Black News off every time with that clip from my boy Cool Keezy. The Democrats don't speak for me. Republicans don't speak for me. A BA nigga don't speak for me. A coon ass nigga don't speak for me. Y'all don't speak for us. Jeff Fart, Roly Poly Martin, Angela Rye with tomato on the side. Simone Mammy Sanders. Any of you goddamn shills on the Democratic side and on the Republican side, you Jester Lee Petersons, you Tommy Sotomayor's Crispies, you Candace Owens, the Hodge twins, y'all don't speak for us. The only ones that speak for us is the No Black Media. And that is Professor Black Truth, Tariq Nasheed, Jason Black, Vicky Dillard, Uncle Phil. Getting this weed. Try to calm down. Etc. There's hundreds, if not thousands, of new Black media content creators that speak for us. Y'all that's in occupying space with the proximity to power, because y'all don't exercise your power to benefit us. Y'all just use it to help yourself elevate, because y'all are career politicians. Y'all come in 100 years, if there's such a thing, 1,000 years, and y'all leave office as millionaires and billionaires. So the game is in, the game is fixed. And like I said, when you sign that paper to get on the ballot, it says you will not be convicted of all kinds of crimes, and it's like 10 crimes on the list. Malfeasance is one, robbery is another, corruption is another. It's a whole bunch. So this shit is real. It's not a game. So if y'all want to vote, y'all gonna have to do something specifically for us, Black family. That's it. So yeah, that State of the Union address last night was a nothing burger for Black people. There was nothing Black specific mention. It's just a bunch of lift all, oh, we gonna help everybody type shit. And that's just not gonna work. Jim Crow Biden and you, the whole Kamala Harris. That's not gonna work. So continue to hold your vote, Black family, and either sit it out or vote third party, or do what they just did in the primary, uncommitted. We're writing reparations. But that reparations now, vote for that, write that in. But there's still an option to write somebody in, or write my name in. But either way, whatever you do, Black family, don't vote for Joe and the hoe. They must go. If you're gonna vote at all, if you vote, make sure you get something tangible for your vote. Not symbolism, not fear mongering, something tangible, i.e., check, anti-legislation that's specific for Black people, i.e., anti-Black hate crime bill, similar to what they gave the Asians back in 2021 during the scandemic pandemic. Because still, Black people are still the number one victim of hate crimes in this country. And we just had one recently here in Denver with the MLK statue being vandalized and items being stolen off of it and used as tried to get sold as scrap metal. So the war on us is real. It continues still in 2024. Don't let these Democratic Shills fool you into thinking, oh, there's been some kind of progress being made. No, there's been regression. Ain't no progress. It's been regression. We've actually went back. So they keep talking about, they're going to put you back in chains. We're already in chains. What the fuck are you talking about? They're just on our brain now. That's it. And it's still going on because the prison industrial complex is still alive and well. And all these laws they have on the books are specifically meant for us, no other group. Otherwise, we would not be filling up the prisons and jails like we are. So it never ended, Black family. So don't fall for the okie doke. We warned you time and time again. We're warning you again here in 2024. Don't fall for the tailpipe. Research. Think it's not illegal yet. Research all of these candidates. We live in an age of information now. There's no reason why anybody should purposely, or I should say, nobody should be ignorant during this time, unless they purposely want to be. It's a choice. Ignorance is a choice now. We live in a fact-checking information. So I advise everybody watching this, and that's going to be watching this on the playback, do your research. Fact-check everything. Do your research on all of these candidates. Democrats, Republicans, third parties, independents. Do your research on all these candidates. And if none of them are offering you nothing tangible and you're Black, don't vote for them. It's just as simple as that. Oh, you're talking about voter suppression. No, you have the choice to vote or not. Don't let them fear-monger you into thinking, oh, well, you have to vote. It's your duty to vote. It's also my duty to not vote. If I don't see nothing tangible on the ballot for me or my people, I don't see nothing that's going to specifically benefit me or my people, then I don't have to vote. They try to make it seem like, it's your obligation that you have to do it. No, you can choose not to. And we need to send a clear message to this Democratic Party that cannot continue to take our votes for granted, Black family. So, down to the last 5 minutes, okay. So yeah, it's Chan Krumah, Jesse Parrish, ran for mayor of Denver, Colorado on a Black First agenda in 2023, and this is going to be a marathon, not a sprint, Black family. We're going to continue to demand something tangible for our vote all the way up to 2,100. So, let's see if anybody's in the comments. This is Twin. I appreciate you tapping in early with us. So it's a snowy, cold morning here in the Mile High Income City. We are going to see y'all. We will see y'all tomorrow for Frontline Black News, Season 3, Episode 49, Part 1. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook. The Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. And Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced on Twitter, now X, and Facebook. So, thank y'all for tuning in to this Season 8, Episode 16 of Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced, Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase. Well, it was just me. I was solo dolo today. We had an open mic discussion on these crazy political times. And Sarge, you have deserted us again. You said that you were going to be here, and you are not present. So you are going to be court-martialed. So if you call in Tuesday, you're definitely going to hear it from me and Shabaka. Because you said that you were going to call in from Grand Risings with Shabaka and the Chase, and we do not see you at all. In fact, nobody called in, which is a surprise, but I did type it up at the last minute, so that's probably why. But yeah, we discussed last night's State of the Union address, and there was nothing specific or tangible for Black people that came out of that. And they still want to send more money to Ukraine. They still want to send more money to Israel. They still want to allow these illegal immigrants into the country and safeguard them and put them up in fancy hotels. And now they want to put them up in housing, brand new apartments and actual homes, give them interest-free homeowner loans in states like California. And also California, Shabaka just told me, is allowing these motherfuckers to be the police and the firefighters in California. And they're trying to do the same thing here in Colorado. So Denver rights, Black Denver rights. We need to recall Johnston. He is costing the city too much money, and he is directly harming Black people in our communities. And our youth aren't going to have nothing to do this summer, and we're going to have a repeat of the summer of violence if y'all don't watch it. Don't try to get on code now, Charles Barkley. It's way too late for you. You lost your black card decades ago. And you Democrats, you're going to have to stop lumping Black people into these non-white groups, these other non-white groups, and continuing this malevolent neglect of Black Americans if you want our vote, especially for the youth, from the youth, because the youth ain't going for it. The boomers and silent generation, they still might fall for that bullshit, but not us, not the Gen X, not the and not the Z's or Alphas. So, thank y'all for listening to Grand Rising with Shabaka and the Chase. This episode is for those that were 18 years or older, and this episode was simulcasted on StreamYard on YouTube and Facebook. So, with all of that being said, we will see y'all tomorrow for Frontline Black News. Make sure you like and subscribe. Frontline Black News on YouTube and Facebook. Revolutionary Agenda on YouTube and Facebook. And we will see y'all on Tuesday for Shabaka's Black Experience Enhanced at 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. 7 p.m. Mountain, 8 p.m. Central, and 9 p.m. in the East. So peace, love, light, reparations, and separations, and Black empowerment. We're going to go out with Malcolm X, the ballot and the bullet. Keep this in mind, Black family. As this election season comes to a head. Peace.
this one. I still credit Mr. Mahoney for what I know and what I am, even though I'm opening my eyes. So for me, those with Islam, with my religious philosophy, my political, economic, and social philosophy is black nationalism. What I'm saying is we bring up religion, we have differences, we have arguments, we will never be able to get together, but if we keep our religion at home, keep our religion in the cloak, keep our religion between ourselves and our God, when we come in here, we have faith that's coming to all of us against the enemy who is coming to all of us. Whether you are Christian, Muslim, religious, we all have the same problem. They don't hate you because you're a Baptist, they hate you because you're black. They don't hate you because I'm a Muslim, they think I'm even black. Just two rules on the same way. All of us get money on the same interview. We're all on the same bed, on the same boat. We suffer political oppression, economic exploitation, and social degradation. All from the same enemy. The government will tell you, you can't deny that. All time you're living in 20th and you won't allow your freedom not to overcome the government is saying. America is in a unique position. She's the only country in a position equally to
revolution. All she's got to do is give the black man in this country everything that's good. Everything.
This is playing this ballad in the bullet by Malcolm
I
X.
hope that the white man can see this. Because if you don't see it, you're finished. If you don't see it, you're going to become involved in some action in which you don't have a chance. We don't care anything about your atomic bomb. It's useless. Because other countries have atomic bombs. When 2 or 3 different countries have atomic bombs, nobody can use it. So it means that the white man today is without a weapon. If you want some action, you got to come on down to earth. And there's more black people on earth than there are white people.
Still, it's been 60 years later.
It'll be the ballot, or it'll be the vote. It'll be liberty, or it'll be death. And if you're not ready to pay that price, don't use the word freedom in your vocabulary.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tapping in. Peace.